Hamilton.
Here.
Vice Chair Profit. Absent. Board Member Azarmi.
Here.
Board Member McKee.
Here.
Board Member Renner.
Here.
Virtual. Board Member Ruji.
Here.
Board Member Walker will be absent. Tim Walsh. And Gilbert Smaby. Mr. Chairman, we have a quorum.
Thank you. At this point in time, we need to have approval of the minutes. The first set of minutes that we need to approve are from October 17th, 2023. The reason we're having to do two votes on the minutes is because we had technical difficulties at our last meeting of January 23rd on these minutes. Has everybody had a chance to look them over and have any questions or comments?
Mr. Chairman, so moved.
I'll second.
All those in favor of approving the minutes for October 17, 2023, signify by saying aye.
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 Any opposed? Motion carries. The next agenda item, or the minutes that we need to look at and approve, are from January 23rd, 2024. Has everybody had a chance to look those over? Have any questions or comments on them?
I'll make a motion to accept.
We have a motion. Do I have a second?
I'll second that.
It's been moved and seconded that we accept the minutes from January 23rd, 2024. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Any opposed? Motion carries. The next item on the agenda is old business, which we have none. With that, we're going to move to new business. The first item on the new business is a public hearing regarding making a recommendation to change the automation fee from a flat $40 fee to a 3.5% fee on building permits. I need to have a call to the public on this. And the first speaker that we have is Chuck. I'm going to mispronounce your name, but DeShazer?
Yes.
Can you please state your full name and your address for us, please?
Charles DeShazer, 8778. Really, what I have to say on this is these guys are, again, wasting your time because it was brought up at the Board of Supervisors meeting according to your functions and duties of the... Okay. That was a
You're
fast
fine. We'll
2
give you-
minutes.
That was the quickest 2 minutes
We'll
ever.
give you your 3 minutes. You'll be fine.
Well, it's 2 minutes according to what you have written up there, but anyway. It says functions and duties of Mojave County Building Code Advisory Board. Article 1 states specifically in it, it shall be the further duty of the advisory board to hear and decide appeals. Before that, it says you guys are to determine suitability and alternative materials or alternative methods of construction under the provisions of Mojave County Building Code, and to provide reasonable interpretation of the provisions of such code. I don't know where this fee falls into the code, but then it goes on to say, except the advisory board shall have no authority relative to the interpretation of the administrative provisions of Mojave County Building Code. So these fees are an administrative part. It has nothing to do with putting a nail in or anything else. And then it goes down to Article 5 of the same bylaws that were set up by you guys, saying the advisory board shall have no authority relative to the interpretation of the administrative provisions of Mojave County Building Code, nor shall the board be empowered to waive requirements of Mojave County Building Code. So you guys were called here for no reason today because you don't have any authority to vote one way or another on a fee that I don't know is even a part of the building code. And even if it is a part of the building code, it's the administrative fee that you guys aren't allowed to even make comment on. That's all I really have to say today.
Thank you, sir.
Mr. Chairman, may I ask the county attorney to elaborate on it?
Hold on that thought if we could for just a few minutes, if we may, please. Is there anybody else to speak on this matter? Seeing none, I now close the public hearing. Mr. Walsh, can you respond to the public hearing on this matter, please?
Chairman, sure. If you'd like, I'd be happy. I believe Commissioner, or which place are we?
Maybe.
Board Member Azarmi. I believe his question was leading to the same. If you'd like to, I can address
Exactly.
both. So I appreciate the speaker's comments. The building code, the building ordinance, which adopts the building codes for the county, also includes a portion called fees, and it references 2018-03, I believe. 2018-03, which is an ordinance setting the fees. So part of the building ordinance is the fee ordinance, which sets those fees. So generally, because of your knowledge and familiarity with the building community, the board does defer to you, especially when it comes to fees charged to the building developers. And that, just a reminder, when we set the 2018 fees, ordinance 2018-03, the board did direct staff to bring it to the Building Code Advisory Board for input on those fees. So generally, the board does defer to this board for that involvement. And specifically on these fees, part of the program and what was presented to the board was to seek your all input on this fee as well. And that's what was approved by the board. So that's why this is before you today, is to seek your input and recommendations that will go to the Planning and Zoning Commission and then to the Board of Supervisors.
Thank you, Mr. Walsh.
And sorry, Chair, if you'd like, I'd be happy to explain the idea behind the change in the fee on the automation fee. So in 2005 to 2006, somewhere in that time frame, the board established the automation fee, and the intent of the automation fee was to improve customer service, to be able to fund permitting software, fund those types of softwares that would improve our customer service in being able to process plan submittals, permit applications, those types of things. So the intent was to create this automation fee, and that way we could provide additional customer service to those that needed it without becoming a burden on the general fund. At that time, the fee was set at $40, a flat $40 fee for every permit that was applied for, and it's been that ever since then. And looking at the demands that are on this automation fund now, with the increase in cybersecurity and the automation demands that are out there, the permitting, online permitting, and the various types of electronic things that are now available that weren't, 20 years ago, those costs have risen significantly. And in your packet, you'll see a 5-year projection without a fee change, keeping the $40 flat fee in about, I guess it's the last page, sorry, within a couple of years. So with basically we're budgeting right now for fiscal year 25, so that'll start in July, and then in fiscal year 27, you'll see that fund is in the red. The bottom is your carryover. So basically, this fund, we collect funds with every permit application, and it goes into a fund. It stores that up, and as we have these software costs or other things, then that comes out of that fund. And based on the subscriptions and the different needs for that fund, in fiscal year 27, it goes into the red. So what staff did is, and we've been looking at this for some time and looked at various options on, the best way to address this. And what we came up with, what our suggestion is a 3.5% fee, replace the $40 flat fee with a 3.5% fee. 3.5%, and you'll see, I think on the front page of the memo, would keep you, it's a slight increase to your typical single-family construction. A 1,500 square foot home goes from $40 to $43.15. A 2,500 square foot home goes from $40 to $61.25. So, larger home, you're going to have a little bit more of an increase, but the major, I think, benefit to the fund and to our automation fund would be for our larger commercial projects. As you'll see, the FedEx warehouse that we had go in at the Kingman Airport, we received $40. With this fee, we'd receive almost $400, so 10 times as much. The Myers building out by the I-40 Industrial Park, we received $40 for. This one we would receive $1,500 for. And the justification, this isn't just hit the big guys. Face, I know it appears that way, but if you look at the size, the amount of plans involved with a 250,000 square foot industrial building versus a 3-bedroom residential home, you got five, 6 sheets for a residential, single family residential, where you got 30 plus, stack that thick for your more commercial industrial. So the demands that has on the software and the review and all of those is significantly more. So that's where this 3.5%, we felt that helps address those costs in accordance with those needs as well. So that's our proposal. I've also got our planning manager here, or planning and zoning manager, sorry, Scott. Planning and zoning manager here to help answer any questions. He's the main guy that handles the automation fund and all of the permitting aspects downstairs with us as well. So.
Thank you.
Mr. Chairman? Okay.
Yeah, well, what we need to do first is we need a motion and a second
No,
on
I'm
the
not-
table to have discussion
Have the discussion.
on this matter. Yes, please.
Whenever it's ready for discussion, let me know. I would.
I'll need a motion and a second to approve or deny this fee, but in
Can I-
order to have a discussion, I have to have the motion and the second.
Mr. Chair, board members, you can have discussion before a motion is made. That's allowed.
I'm just following my script
Understood. Yeah, just let you know, you
from
can,
Mr. Walsh.
you blame Mr. Wolf.
That's fine. Yes.
I appreciate that. Well, there is a possibility that, my discussion can convince or, the motion or all that. Just want to let you know, Mr. Chairman, that, I've been around some of these, for quite some time. And I clearly remember, the discussion we had at the time. It was right after, we had a little bit of a boom and there was a lot of, activities going on. And part of the, review that we had at the time, there was a discussion about this. And again, at that time, even there were discussion about the percentage versus, all that. But again, because of the, I would say that lack of enough experience, we said that, we're going to temporarily go, because I was part of the Code Advisory Board and also Planning and Zoning Commission. And at that time, it was basically, we decided that temporarily go with the $40 until later on. And again, this is way past due, because we went through different cycles, from that time until now. And, it is only fair that based on the size of the project that you have, you participate in the cost. So as, Director Walsh mentioned, when you are doing like a small little addition, you're paying $40, but even you're doing like a Walmart, storage facility, you pay $40. And this is not right, because the amount of time that would be consumed on it would be totally different, and it would be only fair to be associated with the amount of service that is going to have. And as I mentioned, I clearly remember this, that, it was a Band-Aid solution at the time with the $40, and it was supposed to be revisited. And of course, with the craziness we had during the recession and after, all that, it was not really brought under the radar. So I agree 100% with this, and again, the changes are very, very decimal compared to, what it is. So I definitely agree with the notion, and I was mentioned before, it is way past due. So I appreciate that, the staff brought it up. Thank you.
Quick question, and this is might sound out of complete ignorance, so but under supplies, it says in FY 23-24, it's 7,500 in the first category, and then it goes to 92, and then it drops to 66, and then it basically doubles when it gets to fiscal year 25-26. What's the explanation that it drops down by $1,800 and then almost doubles to 14,000?
Mr. Chair, members of the board, I believe in the 2026 year, that's when we purchased our new plotters. We got 2 new plotters. The intent is to be able to take on electronic submittals and be able to scan them in, or hard copy plans even, and still scan them in as well. Those plotters, the maintenance of those plotters and the ink the costs are quite significant, as well as we did purchase some monitors as well to be able to review plans and to keep those up as well as part of that cost.
Okay, appreciate the answer. Just how come it drops in FY 24-25 and then doubles in FY 25-26?
Mr. Chair, members of the board, like I said, so the increase, the double increase was when we bought those plotters. Going down significantly in 2025, I'd have to go back and look exactly at why we didn't budget as much that year. I'd have to look into my files and see exactly why, but it's on a year-by-year basis of what we budget. The ones projected further out, we kind of just have guesses that we're going to need to do this much ink, we're going to need to do this much paper or whatever, not necessarily paper, because I don't think we budget that in this program, but we kind of just give some good guesses, but as it gets closer to that fiscal year, then we kind of narrow it down exactly what is going to be needed.
Okay.
But I would have to go back and look exactly why it was quite significantly lower. So. Okay,
I was just a matter of curiosity more than anything. I appreciate your answer. And just a quick question we're looking at going to the same type of system that Phoenix has, that electronic submittal, ultimately everything going digital with submittals and plan review and all that? And
Chairman Hamilton, Board Member McKee, that's correct. I'm not sure whether or not it's the same as what Phoenix has, but the idea of, our current system right now, we have, it's a CELA is our permitting system, and it has an online portal. And currently we are available to handle the online permitting. We're still perfecting that system, but it is up and running, and if any board member would like, we'd be happy to work with you to walk you through that process. So
thank you. I didn't mean to get off topic. I just know this is kind of where this is moving towards, and I was kind of training to that. So I appreciate your answers. Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, I have a question for Director Walsh. Is this also including like the computer systems that the building inspectors are using in the field, and
Chairman Hamilton, Board Member Azarmi, that is correct. So part of this automation is also to increase the speed at which you receive those results. So our building inspectors now have iPads that they're doing their inspections with. That's getting uploaded in real time, and then that way those results are available for you as soon as it's posted. So yeah, that's part of this fund. Also covers those expenses.
Is there any more discussion on this matter?
I think it makes total sense to go to a percentage as opposed to a flat fee. And it sounds like it's been overdue for a while.
Absolutely.
And so just to be clear, with our role, as Director Walsh explained, our determination is not a final determination. Our determination is to basically pass this along to the Planning and Zoning Commission, who at that point in time will take it upon to the Board of Supervisors.
But it says you don't have the right to even vote on this one.
So at this time, I would like to ask for a motion and/or a second on this matter.
I'll make a motion to approve the per staff recommendation.
I'll make second it.
It's been moved and seconded that we forward this fee increase to planning and zoning. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Any opposed? Motion carries. Next item of business is, well, I'm going to get off topic. I'm going to go with the second one. And as most of you may know, Director Walsh has taken on a new role with the city of Kingman. This is his last meeting with us. And personally, I would like to address this and say it has been a pleasure working with you all these years. I wish you the best of luck and enjoy. You've done the county well, and you will be sorely missed in the planning and zoning department and all around in the department.
Mr. Chairman, ditto to what you're saying. I had the great opportunity and pleasure to work with Mr. Walsh, Tim, for quite some time, many, many years from the time that he was working at Public Works. And then when, our good friend Nick Hunt, who we have the honor of seeing him in the auditorium right now here, decided to leave, and then Tim took over the position. And again, the county's been going in the right direction. Without this direction and guidance and leadership, we would be in a world of trouble, with the county. So again, in many, many cases, he has a very wide shoulder, and he was taking all of our complaints and, issues that we had on his shoulder and be able to go through it and solve it. And again, I wish him the best. He's been a great, great partner in the community of the construction and also in the community of the land development and all that. So I really, really am, proud to say that, I had the honor to, work with him on a lot of different projects, and I thank him for, the many, many years of the service. The positive thing that I've learned today, because I was really sad to walk in and see him walk away from us, is that, I saw, Nick Hunt is coming back for, he says a limited time, but we are hoping that, somehow we can take him hostage and keep him here for maybe a longer period of time. So again, thank you for both, stepping up to the plate and, helping us. You don't understand, how valuable your position is within the county and with the field that we have. And I'm not talking about us as the builders, as the, consumers or whatever, customers or whatever. It is basically for the end result, the, clients that we have and the field that we have. And again, I really wish you the best. Of course, there is a rumor, there's not a rumor, there's a fact that, even our building official is also running for the Board of Supervisors. So we have that tsunami coming at us as well. So, I don't know. It's just like, the county is not going to be the same. I mentioned to Tim a while ago that I think we should have had signed the agreement that all of us retire at the same time. And I don't think that happened. So again, thank you so much, Tim. You've been a great friend. You've been a great director. And, in different levels, I was able to enjoy, your leadership in the county. So thank you so much.
I would just like to say too, the last year, for some reason, I've been getting hit over the head with what a big difference who's in charge and who is running things establishes the attitude and direction for the whole department. And again, the county has been a delight to do work in for a long time, and I wish you best luck with the city. Anyways, enough said.
Yeah, I'm a firm believer in when a person moves through life or moves through a community or simply moves through their family, they leave a wake as they move through it. And it's up to the individual who's moving on whether that wake is going to erode the shores of people around them, whether it's going to improve them, give them something to work in. And you've done a marvelous job at making a great wake, clearing a great path for an amazing building department. I think one of the best we've had in years. Your ears were always open. Your email was always returned. Phone calls returned. The whole building department, Gilbert, I mean, all the way to you as well. I mean, you guys have done an amazing job. Took something that was good, made it better, and the community's bettered for it. We're bettered for it as contractors and members of the community as well, and you to be truly thanked from all of us. You've done a marvelous job, so thank you.
Thank you. Chairman, I appreciate all the kind words. I really do. It's been an honor and a privilege to work with you all. Your dedication to the community and the time that you take is impressive, and it's amazing how much time you guys put into to this work. And I can't say I wouldn't be as successful as we've been. We wouldn't be as successful as we've been without your help and without your help in guiding us along with that. And as Board Member Azarmi mentioned, I'm leaving it in good hands. Nick has been gracious to come back and step in and help out. He'll be here as an interim director until they find a permanent solution, and I can't think of a better person. Nick's had this role before, so that learning curve is very short. So, and the staff is what made all this possible. It's a great team that we have in development services. So I'm fully confident in them continuing all the good work that we've done. So thank you all very much.
Hopefully that interim would be about 5 to 10 years.
Thank you again, Director Walsh. The next item on the agenda is our tentative schedule for 7/16/2024. Do we have any conflicts with that date
That's
from
perfect.
anybody?
I should be fine.
Chairman Hamilton, if I could, is 2 o'clock a good time for you guys? It's kind of
I was just going to go on with that. I feel that 2 o'clock is a better time to have this meeting. It gives whatever meetings were going on in the morning time to end. It also selfishly gives us time to eat lunch as well. Finish what we have to get done on our work schedules during the day or in the morning, and then to be able to eat and be refreshed for a meeting.
And travel for us.
Travel. So I firmly believe that 2 o'clock is a excellent time to have this, if everybody else agrees.
That's fine.
I know there was some confusion went out before of whether it's 1 or 2 o'clock. We've all had that issue today. But yes, 2 o'clock is the date, time. Next item is adjournment.
I'll make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
Second?
It's been moved and seconded that we adjourn this meeting of the Mojave County Building Code Advisory Board, slated April 16th, 2024. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed?
Aye.
All opposed? Meeting adjourned.